2027 general elections timetable has been released as announced by the chairman of the INEC. And that has now started generating, as usual, another controversy. Before now, I don't know how many of you are aware, right? The northern part of Nigeria, there is this movement, a campaign to change the INEC chairman again. Because according to them, while the conversation around Christian genocide was going on in Nigeria, the Arewans discovered that Amokwito, the new INEC chairman, was once among those who wrote on the genocide, the killings, religiously motivated killings in northern part of Nigeria. He is from the Middle Belt, he's from Kogi. But that report, which indicted the Islamic fanatics up north, is part of what was presented in this conversation in America around this Christian genocide or not. So the other one said that the report from this professor indicting the Islamists in northern Nigeria of sponsoring and shielding the terrorists committing all this terrorism in northern part of Nigeria. So that didn't go down well with them, because according to them, it's gonna make me start feeling like. So according to them, he is biased, he is anti-Islam, and therefore cannot conduct a free and fair election. So when the guy announced today that the 2027 election, presidential election, will take place on the 20th of February 2027, immediately the Arewanistans went into work. Because to them, this is the timetable. Let's start with it. So according to INEC, July 1st, they expect all political parties to start the process of conducting their party primaries between July 1st and September 30th this year. So submission of candidates lists to INEC is expected to be concluded by the 15th of November. Campaign for presidential and National Assembly elections are expected to start from the 18th of November. And that is practically 9 months from now. So until February 19, the campaign period for governorship and state house of assembly elections will start from December 15th to the 5th of March. December 15, 26 to 5th of March, 27. Then the elections proper as pronounced and declared by the INEC. So like I said, this platform will continue to document everyday happenings, actions, inactions of all of the known players in what is expected to be the shapers of your 2027 and beyond, just like it happened in 2015, 2019, 2023, and now another journey towards what I always feel like is a charade started. Here, Amokwito making the announcement earlier today, and what he said.
Pursuant to Section 76, subsection 2, 116, subsection 2, 132, subsection 2, and 178, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, elections to the said offices shall hold not earlier than 150 days and not later than 30 days before the expiration of the term of office of the holders. This action we are taking today is pursuant to the provisions of the Constitution of Nigeria, and in particular, Section 28, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022, which mandates the Commission to publish the notice of election not later than 360 days before the date appointed for the election. Let me reiterate that the authority and power to publish the date of election is that of the Independent National Electoral Commission. The 2027 general election will hold nationwide for the following offices. Number 1, President and Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, governors and deputy governors of the states of the Federation, except those states I've earlier mentioned, members of Senate, members of House of Representatives, and members of the Houses of Assembly of States. Therefore, in exercise of the powers conferred on the Commission by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and the Electoral Act of 2022, and all other powers enabling it in that behalf, the Commission hereby sets in motion the electoral process for the 2027 general election and fixes the date of the 2027 general election as follows. 1. Presidential and National Assembly election will come on the 20th February 2027. 2. Governorship and State Houses of Assembly will be 6 March 2027. The detailed timetable and schedule of activities have been uploaded to the Commission's website this morning and circulated, or is about being circulated to registered political parties and relevant stakeholders. All the 36 resident electoral commissioners and that of the FCT are hereby directed to publish the notices in each constituency in respect of which an election is to be held. These dates reflect our commitment to ensuring that our electoral processes are transparent, credible, and adhere to the provisions of our laws. In accordance with the approved timetable and schedule of activities, primaries will be conducted within the statutory period stipulated by law. Submission of nomination forms by political parties will commence and close within the designated windows as provided in the schedule, which I have just released. Campaigns by political parties shall commence on the date specified by law and end 24 hours before the election. I must also take a moment to address the current electoral pursuant to.
So just the announcement. And one thing that stands out in all of that, or should be a little bit of the concern, is that he's presently acting based on the 2022 Electoral Act, while they wait for Akwabiole and his gang to finish their own cooking. So now, how that's going to switch, I don't know. But anyway, that date, 20th of February 2027, the Muslims are saying that's going to be Ramadan. And it didn't take time before, like I said, those who have been asking that this guy should be sacked, that he can't be trusted. If nobody's going to use him to rig election, blah, blah, blah. So they believe that he has this anti-Islamic bias or something. He's got this bias towards the Muslims. So this is the preaching up north. If you are from southern part of Nigeria, you may possibly be hearing this for the first time, and you may even brush it aside like it's, don't mind them. It is something. So when he announced that February 20th of 2027 would be your presidential election date, that somehow threw them a bit off balance. And mind you, it also fitted into their conspiracy that this person is coming to do an actual job for our call. It is not in the interest of Northern Nigeria. So maybe in the next few days, you are going to start seeing some of them speak on your TVs and the rest. but many of them have actually been speaking, mostly in Hausa, or to this Hausa medium, or Hausa media platform, so to say. Yeah, I'll let Amukito finish. So I want it on record.
It is a critical step in this process, allowing our stakeholders, political parties, civil societies, organizations, the electorate to prepare adequately for the election. As we move forward, INEC remains dedicated to engaging with all the stakeholders to foster a transparent dialogue regarding the proposed amendments. We believe that the collaboration and open communications are essential in the electoral system that serves the interest of all Nigerians. Political parties are strongly advised to strictly adhere to the timelines. The Commission will not hesitate to enforce compliance with the law. The Commission remains committed to deepening the deployment of technology to enhance transparency in the electoral process, ensuring the continuous cleaning and updating of the National Register of Voters, strengthening engagement with security agencies to guarantee peaceful elections, expanding voters' education and stakeholder collaboration to promote informed participation. Let me reiterate that INEC is guided solely by the Constitution, the Electoral Act, and our regulations and guidelines. We shall continue to act impartially, transparently, and professionally in the discharge of our duties. I call on all political parties to conduct peaceful and credible primaries, to shun violence and inflammatory rhetorics, and to uphold internal democracy. I equally appeal to candidates, supporters, and electorates to conduct themselves peacefully throughout the electoral cycle. The success of the 2027 general election is a collective responsibility. Government institutions, security agencies, the media, the civil society, organizations, and indeed all Nigerians must play their respective roles. As we
He has no job.
All of that, it's just talks. So there's no point in kind of belaboring you with a lot of it, because you're still going to hear more and more and more of all those fancy words that are crafted to make you believe that indeed they are honorable people, honorable men and women, but they are not, right? So I am also waiting for how the Arewans are going to possibly, push it enough to make INEC like change the election dates from February 20 to God knows when. Because to them, they said it is Tinubu's plot against the North, so that there will be voters apathy. And people are like, there are Muslims in the South too. And they're like, no, they don't believe the Muslims in the South or that thing. No. Because if they know that the Ramadan in northern part of Nigeria is something that their people dedicate to exercise their their religious blah. So no distraction, no politics, no nothing. So if they had to go and vote during the Ramadan, there's a chance that chunk of them won't even want to participate in any election. And that will work for call-lose re-election. That's the conspiracy theory. So I want to see how that plays out in the next few days, because this announcement has been made public. And by law, I think that's it. So it has to be something, then make them change it. Again, these are those who, the events that will shape your 2027. It's very good that you're following it though. So yesterday, El Rufaya, right, escaped being arrested by the DSS. And according to him, they were sent by the Adu, the National Security Advisor to Tinubu. So last night, he kind of like received tons of visitors. Top among them is this Tinubu. He was there. And they strongly believe that Tinubu's plan to muzzle the opposition it should be resisted. And that's what Atiku said. Yeah, I'll show you that part. Let's go to Abuja, then from Abuja to Kaduna, then back to Abuja, still with Rufaya, if you don't mind.
Excellency, my brother, you are welcome. And I hope, in spite of what has happened at the airport, you will join members of your family to have, a very peaceful reunion. But let me also use this opportunity to strongly condemn what has happened today at the airport. There is absolutely no reason for authorities to try and embarrass you at the airport. Not only you, embarrass all Nigerians, because this is a democratic society. This is a society based on rule of law. There was absolutely no need for you to be or try to be kidnapped, I will say, from the airport. They could allow you to return to your house and then invite you normally. You have held very, very high positions in government in this country. You are a minister, you are a governor, and you successfully performed your functions. There was no need for them to try to embarrass you. By embarrassing you, they are entirely embarrassing the entire political class. And we condemn it. And we condemn it in totality. And we will stand by you, and we will protect, your interests and the interests of every law-abiding Nigerian, particularly the ADC. Just as they undermine and sabotage the PDP, there are also efforts and plans to undermine the ADC by using the judiciary again. We must be alert, and we must stand up against that plans to undermine the opposition. This is a very, very credible information. So we should all be at alert and make sure that the judiciary is not used to undermine the ADC, just as it has been used to undermine, to destroy the PDP. We must all unite and stand up, to all these anti-democratic forces. I thank you very much indeed.
Ah, office.